of you figure out who wants to go first or second while I finish my last little bits of the rules here. Oh, my Lanta. So, guys, I need you to remember that none of us are professionals. We are simply a day-to-day person, an average Joe, your next door neighbor. And we're just here to share a life lesson with y'all because we're all going through stuff. And my main reason for doing this show is to let people know that people can get through their hard times. Excuse me. And to remind everybody that you survive 100% of your worst days. Okay. Guys, remember to stay positive. You're not going to last here. This 1 hour, you are to be positive, and that is it. It takes a lot for somebody to get themselves in that box and make themselves vulnerable, right? Like it's if it was easy, y'all would be lined up to be on this show already, right? Like this would be the show everybody seeked out, not the game shows. But it's not easy to get on this show. It is seriously not easy to get on this show and make yourself vulnerable, right? So before I have Bunny get in the box, I do want to touch a very brief topic that I've encountered a couple times, quite a few times myself, and I've kind of seen around the block lately. And it's trolls. And you guys, I know I talk about this stuff a lot, but I've got new people in here all the time. So I just want to remind you guys that trolls are hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Happy people help people. Right? Ain't nobody in here living a good life going around trying to make other people sad. We're living our dang life. You know what? No, we are living our damn life. We are living our best life. And we are going out and doing the things that make us happy because that's what life is about. Right? There's no reason for me to have to spend hours going around here trying to rip people apart so that I can feel better about myself when all I have to do is go do something that I enjoy doing and I'm automatically going to start to feel better. It is such an easy concept that I do not understand why these people don't get it. Right? And if you're one of those people that trolls and you're like, I don't understand why my life is so miserable. Your whole life is miserable because you're mean. Even if it's through a screen, you're mean. It's karma. Stop being mean. Now, if you're trolled, remember that these people are going to come at you to try to tear you apart to make themselves feel better because their life sucks. So just stop, say a little prayer for them, okay? And let karma handle that. Period. All right, Bunny, you ready? I'm not gonna let you in until you tell me that you're here. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for both of these topics. Bunny's is one that I need to hear, and dysfunctional. His is one that I've been through, and it's always a good reminder to why I do what I do. Let's see. All right, Bunny, I see you flashing. Just let me know you're ready, so I don't let you in while you're like changing or doing anything crazy. Oh, did she? I missed it. I'm sorry. I suck today. I'm gonna blame the sunshine in my eyes. Oh, hold on, that door open. Give me. Hi, Bunny. How are you, beautiful?
Hi, Lily.
It keeps opening too much, Graham. I don't want to freeze you. Okay. All right, so you gotta try to keep an eye on Grandma because she'll try to get up and I won't be paying attention. So,
How's she doing? Before we get started, I want to ask how's she doing. The last time I
okay,
talked to you, I was still at the hospital.
she's doing great, but the problem now isn't even her hip. It's her bone-on-bone knee that she should have had the knee replacement on years ago.
Oh, bless
But
her
she
heart.
opted not to do that. So now she's kind of has to deal with the pain of it. So I think we're going to kind of turn this way. I can't quite see, but I'll see her if she stands up. So All right.
I'm
So
gonna
buddy,
start
let's go ahead.
thinking.
It's already 10:10, so let's dive in and let's let these folks know what we're going to be talking about.
All right, so I wanted to talk about something that's really important to me, and that's self care and people pleasing, and how a lot of people don't realize how it goes hand in hand. It really does. Um, Now back, I seek professional help. Because I got so invested with helping others that I forgot to help myself, and it caused me to sink into like this really deep depression. I'm doing better now, thankfully. And a lot of that come with me setting boundaries and really sticking to them.
Boundaries is huge for self-care, you guys. Um I had her name is Sunny. She's another streamer on the app, and that was her topic, was setting boundaries. And I hadn't realized how much in my life that I didn't have boundaries. I never set a boundary, and I let people push and push because I wanted them to like me. Well, I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I sit here today and go, what was I thinking? I wasted
Right.
so much time on people who didn't even deserve anything.
Yep.
So much. And now I barely like a lot of people. Like, if you're good to me, I'll be good to you. But like, to get in my inner circle, it takes a long time, and you have to show me you're consistent, confident, and you can't lie. Because like my daughter learned this week, lying to me is the worst thing you can do, because I will always find out.
Right. Same here. Honesty is a big thing for me too.
And that, but that's setting boundaries. Don't lie to me, right?
Exactly. Like, why
Yeah.
lie?
I'm so understanding. I'm like the chillest mom. If you didn't do it and I asked you, just be like, "Oh, I forgot. I'm doing it right now." Like, that's all I ask, right? Like,
Right.
and then she'll still lie to my dang face. But anyways, back to boundaries and self care. Um, what kind of things do you now do for yourself that you maybe didn't realize were self care?
Definitely. Even if it's okay. So I have 3 kids. Okay. So sometimes it can be a little hard,
Yeah.
but I always try to at least make it an hour, whether I'm reading, taking extra time in the shower, music, or just
Mhm.
calling a friend and venting. Um, Self care doesn't always have to be pampering yourself. It can be going for a walk. It can be sitting outside to yourself, collecting your thoughts. And everybody needs it.
Everybody. Everybody needs time for themselves. And like you said, it comes in a lot of different ways, right? For one person, it might be going for a hike. For another person, it might be putting a puzzle together. For another person, it might mean cooking something new, walking the dog. You know what I mean? Like bowling, whatever it is, sleeping in, a bubble bath. Like, it can be, I mean, yeah, going for a ride and blasting some music. That's like anything that gives you time to settle and to focus on you,
Exactly.
where the kids aren't bothering you, the significant other isn't asking what's for dinner, like driving you nuts. You just got to find time for yourself.
Yes, and never feel bad for turning on that do not disturb.
Yeah,
Okay? Never feel bad for it. Do it. It helps.
it does. I mine never gets turned on. Then again, not a lot of people call me. I don't get a lot of phone calls. And if somebody was to call me in the middle of the night, it would be my mom, and it'd be about grandma. So, um, what kind of things do you guys do for self care? What are your big things that what is your number one go to self care? Um, how did things start to change for you once you started setting your boundaries and giving yourself some me time?
For me, it was a lot of the toxicity left on its own. Once they realized I wasn't going to do it no more, I wasn't, I was going to focus on myself. Those that wasn't for me left on their own.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that was the biggest change. And I'm happier. I'm more social. 2 months ago, I would not be doing this. I would be hiding in the comments.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited that you're getting out of your shell. That's like it's a really big deal, you know? Getting out of your shell is huge. I've helped a few folks get out of their shell along the way. Um and yeah, it is recommended to wear a helmet in the stream. I drop my phone a lot. um all right, so we got a few different things people do for self-care, self-love, and that's generally a topic I'll hit in the middle, but I feel like, you know, we can we're going to touch most of it here. What do you think, like looking back, um when you realized that you did need to seek the professional help? I mean, a lot of people, I feel like they are afraid to admit that they might need to talk to somebody, right? I see, I've seen a therapist for 3.5 years. It was the best dang thing I ever did for myself. It allowed me to realize and talk through a lot of things I didn't even know I had a problem with. Honestly, I didn't even know I had a problem with a lot of these things, right? So when you're able to find somebody that you can talk to, and when you're able to talk through these things with somebody that's not, you know, they're non-judgmental, they're there, then they're there to help you get through them, not to judge you, right? So I just, if you're out there, guys, I guess my thing is, what would you say to somebody who is borderline like, oh my god, I want to talk to somebody but I'm afraid, what will people think? What would you tell that person?
Don't be afraid. It is one of the biggest steps you can take is admitting to yourself, like, hey, this is happening to me. And once you can admit it, you've already broke that big barrier. From there, you can only grow. I would like to tell everybody, rise above it. Once you're that low, there's only one way you can go, and that's up. So reach out. They're there to help. Um, and you don't have to settle for one. Say you get one therapist, you don't really like them. There's other options.
Yep.
I mean, your best friend could be your therapist. It doesn't have to be a licensed professional either.
In some cases, I would recommend seeking professional help because I'm sorry, but my best friend cannot fix what was wrong with me. As much as she loves me, yes, she's there and she's good to talk to, but if y'all are that, you know what I like? Having your friend there to talk to is great, but when some for some people, most people, I'm going to say most people, when you hit that rock bottom, you need someone that's not biased. You need that person that's going to tell you the things that you don't want to hear. And a lot of the times it's, I don't want to tell my best friends the hard things. Now I'm the person that will, now that I want to, but most people, they won't, right? They will not tell you exactly what you need to hear. They want to tell you what they want, what you want to hear. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way that the world has become. And I see it more and more. So I feel like if you are really feeling like you're having a hard time and you're having really negative thoughts, professional help is not a dang thing to be afraid of. But if your best friend was your best friend, that probably would be their first recommendation if they seen that you needed it. You know what I mean? And while we're in this topic, guys, remember, none of us are professionals. We are simply two people who have some opinions, and we are sharing that with you so that maybe we can help you get through some of your hard times, right? And again, like we're talking now, always seek professional help, because I'm not in a position to help you. I'm here for you. I can listen, but I'm going to repeat myself in that, seek the help with, you know, because they know what they're doing. They went through a lot of years of school to be able to help you with that, right?
Right. And with my experience, the reason seeking out getting that third party opinion, someone that doesn't really know my life, other than what I told them and what they can observe by listening to me talk, is they was able to point out a lot that I didn't really realize about myself, like the people pleasing aspect. They pointed it out to me. And they was like, okay, well, you're trying to pour from an empty cup. You have forgot about you. And that's why I felt like it was so important to discuss how people pleasing and self care can go hand in hand.
It really does. I was a people pleaser my whole life. It was
Mhm.
hard to stop. Was it?
Oh,
Was it hard? Like, was it not like? Like I found myself a lot having to be like, no, this is this you don't like, just no, you know what I mean, like, and then I'd want to make excuses like, oh well, but here, well maybe, but the other night, you know what I mean, like, and I would make all these excuses for when they would do me wrong,
I
like it
used to
was
do the
okay
same thing.
because of this or because of that. No, it's not.
No
It
is a
is
complete
not
sentence.
okay.
No is a complete sentence, and I got to remind myself that.
Yeah. I found it really hard to let that go because that meant that that person was going to walk out of my life. That meant that person was going to leave me. But can I tell you guys maybe a little secret? This is something that someone said to me, or I seen, or I don't even know where it came from, a show or something. But it kind of was more along the lines of, someone was going, oh my god, this person was cheating on me, and then, got about, they were talking for like a couple months or whatever, and the person's like, I'm so upset with them, blah blah. He goes, why? Thank them. They showed you now that it's already a waste of your time.
Hmm.
So people's actions speak louder than their words, and that's something that I had to learn when I was setting my boundaries. Because if you say you're going to call me something as little as, say you're going to say you're going to call me at 9 o'clock, but you never do, then why do I still call you every morning?
Right.
Right? Like, so it just became your actions speak louder than, you can tell me what you want, but you're going to have to prove it to me. And then that stinks that people hold their word to such little value, because back in the day, your word was everything.
Right. And with me, and I don't know if you were the same way because you sound like you are kind of soft hearted. With me, trust is easy to gain with me until you give me a reason not to. But it is so easy to lose at the same time. And then once you lose that with me, it's almost impossible to get back because I'm always going to question, like, okay, I want to help you. I want to be there for you, but is this going to blow up in my face later because you've already showed me who you are once?
Right. Yeah. And it's true because, now don't get me wrong, like, a lot of time can go by and you can run into somebody and maybe you've worked through things and you've both grown, and, in some situations like relationships or whatever. But it's just, it doesn't matter if somebody is doing something that you have already told them you don't like or makes you uncomfortable. They're not respecting you as a person, and you deserve better. They don't deserve you.
Yep,
It's
that
not, you're
reminds
not
me.
losing anybody, they're losing you because
That
they
reminds
refuse to respect you. And that's it. And that's how you need to look at it. Not, oh my god, I'm losing it. Nah, he done lost you. Now go put your damn crown back on, whether you're a guy or a girl. Get up on your pedestal and go find somebody that's gonna do that for you.
Yes, rise
Period.
above it. And that reminds me of another statement that I like to remind people too. People is only going to treat you how you allow them to treat you. So
Absolutely.
if someone's treating you badly, you got to step back and ask, well, why are they? It's because you've let them.
Yep. Once can be a mistake, but twice, shame on you. You know now. They know now.
Mhm.
That's all it takes for me. I, people have learned. People have seen it on this app. People come to my stream every day. But you talk ill about me, and I can get proof, or you lie to me, and I have proof. I'm done. And it's that easy. I don't even know you for you to lie to me. So
Right,
what are you doing?
right,
And if you think I'm gonna judge you, why are you my friend and why are you telling me?
right. And here's my thing with what you said. If you feel like I'm going to judge you, then you don't know me. You don't know me enough to make that statement.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. All right. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, we have Bunny in the Box. I'm Silly Lily, and this is Lessons Learned. We meet here every Friday at 10 a.m., no matter where we are. Whether we're at home, on the room, in the nursing home, it doesn't matter. Um, but we make it work. And we're talking about setting boundaries, self care, people pleasing, and yeah, she hit a lot of really good points on that too. And I think everybody can be reminded about that too. The self care, self love. Um, so it's 10:26. Is there anything else you want to add to this before I?
There's something that I just realized recently too. I started losing a lot of people. It sucked. It did at the time. It sucked. It hurt once I started drawing them boundaries. But then the positivity come in because those that was around me and respected the boundaries
Yeah.
has really, really been there for me and has helped pick me up so many times. So the ones that's for you will stick around.
Yeah. And something I've been reminding a lot of people lately on here that I see, if you're spending all your time with Mr. or Mrs. Wrong, with the wrong people, whatever, you're not going to be able to find your Mr. or Mrs. Right. So
Exactly.
sometimes we have to go through this period of even with friends, maybe you're just a topic to set something up coming up here soon. Maybe you are in active addiction and you have this group of friends, right? Well, you realize that you don't want to live this life. So now you have to go through, I called it my middle part, where I was alone and I isolated myself. But that was because I didn't know who I was and I needed that time to find myself. It took me a bit longer than I hope it takes everybody else, but that's because I was afraid. I was really afraid to see who I truly was, right? So you're lonely and you don't have a lot of friends. But then one day you're like, maybe strolling through TikTok and you're like, oh my God, disc golf looks fun. I want to go buy a disc golf. Now you're on the disc golf course every day. And the next thing you know, you have this whole new release for your frustrations. You're going disc golfing, you know what I mean? And now you have all these new friends. So we have phases, and sometimes we have to spend that time kind of alone to just to find who we are, and then when we're ready we can venture out and find our new people. But if you're hanging out with the wrong people, you're never going to find your right vibe tribe, I call it.
Yeah, and I feel like finding yourself is an everyday thing. I really do. I feel like we change all the time. Um, and that can be the hardest part is accepting who you are. But don't be afraid of change. Don't be. Change can be scary, but I promise it's worth it.
Yep, yep. All right, so before I let you go, tell these folks, when do you stream, what do you find in your stream, and if you have any other shows or events coming up.
All right, so I normally stream 12 to, I guess it would be 9 o'clock Eastern time at night. I work third shift. Come help me stay awake, okay? This is the main reason I do it. Um, my streams are laid back. I try to provide a safe place where nothing's tolerated. The first one starts, it goes. All
Right.
right, you just chill, hang out. I do have my first auction Sunday. I'm nervous, but I got this, right? And I have the animal challenge tomorrow.
Ooh, what's the animal challenge?
I get to dress up as my favorite animal. I'm pretty sure my name won't give it away, right?
Right. It looks like tomorrow at 7:35 p.m. Eastern, Kiki. So you guys make sure you hit Bunny with the favorite. Please go check her out. And if you can, go in there, support her tomorrow. Just what you have an emoji, spammer emoji.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And as always, it's nice talking to you, Lily. And I'm glad she's doing better and she gets her knee figured out. She's a strong woman.
I'm telling you, she's amazing. All right. Thank you so much again. I do appreciate you. And right back the phone. That is awesome. And have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. All right, guys. So here in a couple minutes, we are going to have our next guest. Um, we'll give him a minute or two to get himself prepared. You guys. Um, what did y'all learn a lesson last week when you lost by All right, guys, remember, drink your water. Wake up, drink some water, then have your coffee or your Mountain Dew or whatever. I'm not telling y'all don't have a little bit, but 8 Mountain Dews a day is not an acceptable number. You're gonna be, oh, God, water, 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 water. Ugh. 3 pops a day, that's even a lot. Like, but I can't even complain now because since I've been back, I probably drink like 3 on my work days, but then I really don't drink any on my days off. I only drink water and coffee and sometimes an energy drink. Whiskey as well. No, that's not the same. Y'all, drink your water. It is self care number one. It helps with, for all y'all who are like, I'm so afraid to get old and wrinkly because I don't like wrinkles. Guess what? Hydrate yourself. Drink your water. Moisturizer helps too. But like, seriously, seriously, at least water after every 2 beers. I'm done. I am done with my friends. I love you all, but God. All I'm saying is some of y'all better think twice before you invite me out because I'm going to have you drinking water and eating salads, okay? So just woosah a little bit. Okay, yeah, and some Fireball. We can throw that in there too. I mean, hey. Oh, yes, I will. You'll be drinking water, eating salads, roasting asparagus. All right, sorry, I had to check on grandma. She didn't look like she was in the chair there for a second, but we're good. Okay. All right, dysfunctional. I'm going to say in about 4 minutes, I'm going to have you hop in the box. So if you want to request a box, so I see you flashing down there, it makes me feel a little bit better. Um, well, Smiley, after recent events, I know how to do that. Hey, so it's okay. I can do that for you now. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the favorites. And more importantly, thank you for your time and for being here. I do appreciate that. Yeah. When it's you and one other person trying to do things, you're not a professional, nor do you have any idea what you're doing, but you happen to learn a lot really stinking fast. Okay. So yeah. 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 So Smiley, drink your water. Let's see. Self-care tips, guys. Let me ask this. What are you going to do for yourself today? Not what have you done for yourself, but what are you going to do for yourself? Tell yourself right now what you're going to do for yourself. And then I want you to come back and tell me that you did it. You guys see my, can you see my, are you guys want to laugh? I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle socks. I know. Featured show, but like I'm showing you these because these are part of my self care love things yesterday. Like I went shopping yesterday after work, and I just needed to like, before I went home, I showed my leg, and I have shoes on. I can't get banned for that. Otherwise, I better see a lot of other people getting banned because it is a whole lot more than my shin. It better take more than my covered shin to get me banned. Okay, I'm just kick him out. I'm just kidding. Don't. All right, guys. So, self care tip again: laugh through the day. Make jokes with your friends. Right? I know that. Whoops. I know this is a featured show, and generally I take things way more seriously, but I'm realizing life is too short. Right? What a Ninja Turtle ankle. And I'm gonna laugh. And yes, I have to stay and adhere to most of the rules, But like, I cannot ignore all the comments anymore. Like, if y'all say something funny, that's part of the show, and there's no reason that I can't acknowledge it. In my eyes, I feel like maybe I try to do things maybe too much to the book sometimes. So I'm gonna kind of just be a little, a little more fun, maybe. A little more fun. You have to. You have to. You have to. All right, we're going to get ready to let Dysfunctional in the box. Mwah. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the favorites. And yes, every kiss that's sent, you get one back. It's the one gift I automatically do, and I don't know why. Because as I'm doing it every time, I'm like, mwah. Ooh la la. All right. Mwah. You guys, featured show. Get your life together. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do some IOUs. Do some IOUs after that. All right, Dysfunctional, are you ready? Let's get you in the box. All right, here we go. Y'all are bad. Well, hello there.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. Doing good.
Good. Thank you for being on my show. And since we're already at 10:37, I am going to let you dive into your topic right now. And
I kind of go ahead.
no, I was just saying thank you again for being on the show and being patient.
Thank
Thank you for
you,
the favorites.
and thank you for having me. Uh, I kind of want to talk about my struggle with addiction. I was addicted to a substance that is evil, if you want to say, and I've lost a lot of things because of it. A lot. My family, my owning, like my vehicles, and everything.
Yeah.
And now I came from homeless to my own place.
All right. So let's can is it okay if I ask a couple little questions?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the moment that you realized you were, let's just say, in over your head, and that you had maybe kind of lost control, is that an okay way to say it?
Hmm.
Okay. When you realized, and I ask this for folks who are maybe still where you were, where we, let's just admit, I'll admit it, where we were, okay? They're very afraid that they're, I think my biggest fear was I couldn't do it. I couldn't stop. I couldn't quit.
Exactly.
And I couldn't change. What would you, first and foremost, tell the person who is terrified and still in active use? What would you tell that person who wants to change but is still afraid?
Um, I would tell them to seek help, and for me, that helped me was my kids. Just to be honest, that was my number one thing, and also it almost took my life, about to the point of me like literally killing myself. Be honest.
I I don't even understand. Like all of a sudden, these little bugs all just started swarming me. Um, like what? I don't know where they came from. Okay, so I totally lost track because they all just like almost flew up my nose, and I was trying really hard to pretend like I didn't just almost inhale about four bugs while you were talking. Welcome to live streaming, guys. Lessons learned with Silly Lily.
Right.
They were trying to fly up my nose.
Hmm.
Um, all right, so if you're just tuning in, guys, we're talking about let's say recovery. We're kind of onto the recovery part of this. So once you seeked that, made that first step, right, and you started, you know, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was that the first week or two? Like, you've got to be strong, right?
Yes, honestly, it was more than a 10. It was like almost 1,000 for real. Like it was hard.
Yeah. So you've really got to want it. I think was
Hmm.
the thing that I came to realize that people couldn't want it for me. It didn't matter how much you know, let's just say Susan wanted me to be the person she knew I could be, right? It didn't matter what she wanted. I had to want it. I had to
Hmm.
realize that my life can change and that my life was important. And for those of you who know somebody with addiction, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much you want it, they have to want it too. Um,
Exactly.
be there, but don't be an enabler. Do not enable them,
No.
please. I had an enabler, and it's not her fault. She didn't know, but had I not had that, maybe I wouldn't have made so many stupid choices. But who knows? Um, how was it once you finally got through that first really rough time, and like how did you start to realize life was changing?
Um, like I surrounded my people or surrounded myself with different people, not being around the same crowds. Like I I had my certain crowds that I was around. I was around that part of the crowd. Then I had my good crowd, which was my family, and that's who I surrounded myself with. And like I've cut everybody off from my past like that, and now I'm living life and I work too much. If you want to say.
But how do you feel like now that you've conquered it and you're into, you're actively in recovery,
Mhm.
how do you feel?
Honestly, I feel great. I mean, yeah, I might have had almost a slip up one time, but I cut that person off and I stayed away from them.
Right. I think it took me a long time to realize that I had actually changed my life too.
Hmm.
Like I was kind of still pretty cranky for a while after. For me, like for me it wasn't like, oh my god, instant happiness. I had to work through. For me, I had to seek therapists to work through my past, because even though I was sober, I was still angry. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I didn't know why for most of it. I never understood, right? So for me, I did what I did to cover my past, right? But then once I stopped doing that, everything was still there, but worse. Because
yeah,
now I'd made it worse with what I'd done, instead of facing my fears, instead of dealing with it, instead of seeking help prior to. Because let's face it, your average happy person doesn't just go and pick something up.
exactly. It's the people that you surround yourself with.
It's not even that. Like you're, well, I mean, partially yes, but a happy person isn't going to put themselves in that situation, right? They're not going to. I don't know. Life is pretty crazy anymore, you
It
know,
really is.
and it's hard. And I think every day you have to wake up and you have to choose life. I wake up every day and I choose life.
Hmm.
You know,
I, me myself, I wake up every day. I do the same routine, and I think about my kids. That's my number one supporters. Always has been.
for me, it's just I know that if one more time, I know one more time, just
Yeah.
yets. Something I learned are the yets of life. Hasn't happened yet. Yet. Keep doing these things that are bad for you, and those yets are going to become realities.
Same. You're right. Like it got to the point that I got Bell palsy, and I thought I'd already had a stroke, but I overcame it.
So you guys
Surrounding my
got to
people with good
remember
people.
that that kind of stuff it's controlling and it's scary, and it changes a person. Um, but you can change.
Right. And see,
we're,
like,
we're I think at different things. I don't think our things were the same. But it doesn't matter what our thing was. That thing controlled us. It took things from us, and it was hard to stop because for the longest time it numbed us, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but when you're ready to live life and you realize that it's total these bugs are back, it's totally capable to live a happy life and to make the changes deemed necessary, you can all do it. We can all do it, you know. And even if it's not in like an addiction, if you're miserable at a job, if you want to try a new sport, if you want to try a new recipe, it could be as simple as, you know, making changes to your diet. It all starts with you being willing to take
Mhm.
a chance and make it the way that it should be, the way that you want it, the way that you see it,
Or drop that habit.
which is part of making it how you see it, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Just drop the habit and surround yourself with more positive people, not the negative.
I don't think it's just so easy as dropping it.
It's
These
really hard.
you still have to face your past.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just going to rerun.
And see,
Because
and
you have to deal with your past. I'm
and so,
not a professional. He is not a professional. Just as a reminder, guys, I'm just somebody that's been through it, seen it, and I want to make sure that we all know that it's not that easy.
it's not.
Otherwise, there would be everybody would be sober. It's
And
not
honestly,
easy.
I fight with my cravings every single day.
Mhm.
But like I say no. I tell my body no. I tell my mind no. You don't need it because it will destroy me again. And honestly, I'm 5 years clean, and it's an everyday struggle with me.
And it will be the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It might get easier in time, but there'll still be moments that are harder than others. I'll tell you that. I had a long time under my belt, and I
It,
still.
it's a hard thing to do. I overcome it. It's hard.
I
It's real
work
hard.
too hard for what little bit of crap I got, and I ain't gonna let no crap take it from me. Like, gosh darn it, like,
I'm
no, no, that's
out
it,
in a
no.
small apartment, but I've already got goals set for the future. I'm ready to go for them. I got the great people in my life now that I need, and I have to take care of one of my siblings because they're sick. So she's also one of my biggest supporters.
Um, Kiki, again, I'm not a professional. The first thing I'm going to say is have them reach out to somebody who's a professional. But I would also make sure that they know that they have a plan. If they want to use, they need a plan. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go here. Um,
Find a meeting.
you go to an AA meeting. Yeah, anything like anybody who's been active is going to struggle with that. But again, it's all in, do you want to die or do you want to live? Period. Because you know damn well if you touch that substance again, especially the way things are nowadays, there is a very good chance you will not see the next day. And
Exactly.
that's it.
I've
Do you
lost a
want to
lot of friends that
live
way.
or do you want to die? And that's my thing. That's my thing. We can't use direct things during a featured show, guys. We have to keep it as at a substance is really all we're allowed to say. Otherwise, you can get banned or get me in trouble. Um,
Yes.
um, so Kiki, it's up to them. I'm gonna be okay to answer your question. Aside from recommending professional help and giving a little bit of advice and letting them know that you're there, you can't stop it.
Mm-mm. You
And
can't.
that was the hardest thing I've had to realize with my son. For one, I can't control what he does. I can't make him go to meetings. I can't make him do anything. If he wants to go out and do it, he's going to go out and do it.
Yep.
There's not a damn thing I can do to stop it.
Exactly. And
Just a
that's how I
millionaire,
came.
don't enable.
That's how I became how I am. I wanted it. I wanted the cleanse. And it finally opened my Oz for real. After it tried to kill me.
It tried to unalive me, maybe would be a better way to say that on here, I think.
I'm sorry.
I know we're learning, we're figuring it out. I just,
My first
the,
one.
it's okay. The unalive, I think, would be a better way to put that, right? Because we don't want to scare people off. We don't want to use things that, yeah, because let's face it, there's some younger folks listening, and I mean, I'm not really super soft with my kids, but I tend to be because that's just parent parents are too afraid to hurt their kids' feelings anymore, I think. Well, not me. Are you kidding me? You didn't do your chores, no phone. And my kid hasn't had a phone for 3 weeks because she won't keep up with her chores. So until she does, she don't get it back.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's how mine are. They rather have electronics and be outside.
Momzilla. I am Momzilla. Excuse me, I am not Godzilla. I am Momzilla, and I will take that title with pride. Because guess what? My kids know I love them. I'm hard on them, but they're going to be better prepared for the future than most. My daughter
Especially with
will.
girl girls.
Right? My daughter tells me I ruin her life at least 4 times a week, so we're good. What do you mean I ruin your life? I asked you to take out the garbage.
Yep, I've heard that line multiple times.
Like, I had to stop in the game and now I can't play with them. You ruined my life. Just go start
You ruined
another
me.
game. Go start another game. What do you mean?
Or mom, you got me unlocked.
You're right. Oh man. All right. So dysfunctional. Um, this is dysfunctional. I'm Silly Lily, and you guys are watching Lessons Learned. And our topic right now is it's recovery, and some of the things the things we've had to do to get through it, and to stay on the positive end of that, right? Um, so before I ask a couple of general questions, was there anything more you wanted to add to this? Okay, so then let these folks know, when do you stream? What can we find in your stream? And do you have anything else coming up?
I'll be streaming sometimes between the hours of 1 and 5 Eastern time and
PM or PM?
PM
Okay.
because I work during the night. So when I get up, I'll stream for a little bit. Then I'll do what I have to do. And that's about the only times I really stream.
What are your streams like? What do you do?
Um, I try to have fun, have music. I sing. People, I get people to try to sing in my boxes and stuff. I mean, I try to have fun. Or you could catch me in Bunnies, hanging out with her. We have fun.
And do you have any events or other shows coming up?
uh, I'm actually in Bunny's featured auction is on the 18th of May. I don't know what time, but she will probably post it here in a few. I think mine's at 7:40.
Just make sure you guys follow the guests, especially the bunny and dysfunctional. I'm sure that both of you have added your Instagram to your profiles, right? So just click on there. You can add the Instagram, keep up with the events through there. Um, it's on the flyer.
Yep, is my profile picture.
His favorite jammies. Uh-oh.
Oh my lord, Bunny, stop.
Pajama party at dysfunctionals.
Yep, yeah, we got back to back.
All right, I've got some of my favorite pajamas. I'll come hang out.
Come on, we'll be there.
All right, dysfunctional. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Um, I appreciate you, Bunny. I appreciate you too. Both topics were great. But I will let you go. And again, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. All right, guys. So this is the part of the show where I ask all of you to go ahead and throw in your other favorite featured shows. Um, let these folks know where else they should be. And when I know that y'all, this is y'all's favorite. You don't have to tell me that. So let's just go with the next favorite show. let me live in my fantasy, okay? So throw someone else's featured show in the comments. Give us a date and a time. They can screenshot it, whatever. Um, then if you guys are looking to be on a show, you can reach out to Emoji J. He is my number one gifter right now. Make sure you hit him with the fave, and you can. They're killing my Monopoly, and you can. Sorry, my name just went across the top of my phone. Dang it. Um, I forgot I was saying that, just threw me all off. All right. Yeah, Smurf Robin Hood is kick. Okay, okay. I don't know who that is. We'll have to try to find him and check him out if I get off work early enough on Thursdays. Unfortunately, I work generally until about 10:30 on Thursdays. But really, y'all don't have any other shows you guys like? I know there's a lot more. I know that the one I'm thinking of, she moved. Triple L moved hers. I haven't got to see her show in forever. Artman, Fake Facts, Velma. When is Velma? Is Mondays at midnight. So like Sunday to Monday at midnight. And then Lux has hers. I think it's 9 p.m. on Saturdays. I like Lux's TikTok trivia. Smurfy's is awesome. I like Smurfy. She's amazing. Lux is a 10. Thank you. Good girl gone bad. Man Crush Mondays. Let's go with the Man Crush Monday. Hello. What is Man Crush Mondays? Is it like a dating show? No, thanks for being on the show, guys. So if you're just tuning in, we're boiling down here. I have Jay hop in the box and do the outro here in a second. Thank you guys for all being here. All of you, I appreciate you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the favorites. I don't know where Emoji J is. Is he have him do the outro here in a sec? Thank you, Fred. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're winding down. We still got a few minutes. The hottest male streamers. Ooh. Do we judge? Do you need a judge? I don't know. My idea of hot's definitely not a regular person's version. You know what we never did earlier? Is it this one or this one? I think it was this one. You can never plan the future by the past. What goal from your past has changed in the present? We didn't answer that earlier. Jay fell asleep. You can never plan the future by the past. What goal from your past has changed in the present? My everything was flipped upside down. My past, if I was to try to plan my future from my past, it would be a crap show. But sometimes things just fall in your lap, and the next thing you know, your whole life is on a different path. You know, like if I'm able to do this home care for grandma, that'll allow me to go back to school too. Because I can do most of it online, and then just when I got to do other stuff, I'll have, Well, you don't not you use them as examples, but you can't. No, because you don't like, just like this is the saying, like your windshield is huge and the rear view mirror is small because you don't look back. Like, yes, it's important to remember and to have learned from your lessons, but you can't plan, I'm all about in the here and now, you know? Hi, guys. Oh, you're very welcome. Featured show over. Yay. Oh, hi. I hit my vape now. Let's go check on Grandma. Make sure she doesn't have to go potty. I quit smoking those things. I can't. Yeah, I gotta get my other phone. It's in here. How you doing, Grams? You good? I try to keep an eye on you. I had to shut that door. I was afraid it would get too cold in here. It would get too cold in here for you. Did I take my purse outside? Oh, I sure did. Okay. That's when I came in. I figured. Hang on, y'all. Does anyone want to box up for me and talk to people for a sec while I help Grandma? I know I got to go back and get my other phone. When you wrap that up, Grandma, I'm going to get my other phone. What's up, Slash?
Sorry, but I'll be here as long as I can.
I just want to help her to the bathroom real quick. Unfortunately, some things she just can't quite do.
Thanks. We bet.
Hold on. Oh, my cards are blowing away. This one's gonna die. I gotta plug it in. Both of my phones are actually gonna die. Shoot. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Change. I don't know if I shrink myself, if it's gonna cut me off stream. One sec, Grandma. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Do what you got to do. I'm just trying not to look ridiculous on here.
You're You're silly. Is it nice by you today?
Yeah, it's warm out. Drink water. Life's tough. Lesson learned.
Hold on. I'm changing my picture and then I'm helping Grandma. Ah! Make green. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. You gotta talk to people. I gotta hear you.
Okay, what do you guys got in the comments? Any gifts for Lily or oh, there you go. Thank you.
Weekend plans.
So what did you guys think about the show? That was pretty good, right? I thought the show was awesome. I think you explained things well. You got your point across. Your public speaking skills are good. I think it's a good featured show. Mm-hmm.
Superstore. Let me push you down.
'Cause there ain't no rest for the wicked, and money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed, ain't nothing in this world for free. You know I can't slow down, I can't hold back. You know I wish I could, but there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. That's what she said, pretty much. Oh, sorry. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, trying my best. given the circumstances of life, I guess. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on your show. Have a good day, everybody. Be well.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna get my other charger. Make myself a little slider. I'm kind of hungry. All right, we're gonna do some verses. Maybe. You all right, Graham? Okay. I'm making me a slider. Do you want one? Oh, that's all right. I figured some shit happened. Not streaming, steaming. Like have like steam, like shower steam, I think is what she meant. Hello, Lions. Ramen, hello. Sorry, Gabby. I'm good. How are you? I just took a really big bite. Sorry. Thank you, German. Don't call me that. You don't pay my bills. You can call me Lily. Buy buffalo chicken and Swiss cheese sandwich. It's a little slider. Sean, hello. I'm here. Hold on. Sunshine, you want to be my baby? Mm-hmm. That means you're gonna cuddle me, so I'm in. Here, I'll give you a little bite of ham. I don't want to give you that. That's too spicy for you. That's too spicy for you.